Hello everyone and welcome back to Teacup Tarot. I hope you guys are doing really well. And today's video we are going to be looking into important messages for you from your spirit guides for the next 6 months, okay? Now, you have 4 piles. Please ensure to pick a pile that really speaks to you. And of course, if you want to pick more than one pile, you are welcome to do that as well. I'll give you some time and then we'll start with pile 1. Hello, and if you picked pile 1, then these are your messages that are meant to come through from your spirit guides. Now, one thing I really want to tell you, pile 1, when I started off with your reading, I started the reading once. I was interrupted. I started the reading twice. I was interrupted. I started the reading thrice. I was interrupted. So, I am actually doing your reading at the very end of all the piles. So, something tells me that you are basically, holding yourself back. Like you're possibly chaining yourself to where you are right now, and you really need to loosen your grip on your life, okay? For a couple of you have a very firm grip on your life right now and also your past. So you need to learn to let go of your past in an effective manner, because what I sense is a lot of newness wants to come into your life, but you're so concerned with maintaining your status quo that the new has to stop 10 times before entering your life, okay? So you need to change certain things about you. Please do a release ceremony, because you need to move out of where you are right now, okay? Even if this is by baby steps, let this be baby steps, one step at a time, but you need to let the energies of the past be in your past. Again, for a couple of you may have inner child issues. You may have had some issues when it comes to trusting people, when it comes to trusting the flow of life, but you need to resolve those issues, because what is happening, an entirely new area of life awaits you. And in order for that to be great for you, in order for that to be abundant for you, in order for that to bring success for you, you need to release the past and you need to take action yourself towards the future, okay? Again, follow your intuition by all means, but let your intuition guide you towards the future. That is what I really want to tell you, because what I sense is an entirely new world awaits you, but for some reason you are so much okay by being on the sidelines, just like this girl, so there is a possibility for her to step into the new earth, but she's so afraid of change that she's just standing in that water. But that water is not where you need to be, okay? You're just holding on too much to the energies. What you need to do is you need to hold on to a vision of your future, just the future. Just look into the future, imagine that to be a beautiful future, take baby steps and just move in there, okay? That you need to move out of your current energies is what I'm currently getting. Yes, makes complete sense. What is happening here is your focus on what is. This is my reality, this is my day-to-day life. I wake up, I do this, so you're so concerned with the current energies that you're not allowing your future to be something different, okay? What I really encourage you to do, I encourage you to live in the future already. For example, if you want a new job, I encourage you to really sit in one place and visualize that you're already in your new job, you're enjoying it, your colleagues are good, you are doing a great job there. If you want to move to a new house, I already want you to imagine it in your mind's eye. I want you to imagine you living in your new house, you doing things you love, you're doing it with people you love, and all of that, because you need to move out of the current energy. You need to move out of what is and go into what can be, okay? That's what's coming forth for you. And see, what is happening here is as soon as you start doing this, the things that are supposed to happen will start shifting for you, because what is happening here is your planetary position is such that things want to move forward, but because what is happening is your grip on your life, your grip on your reality is so steadfast that the brilliance is sort of not coming towards you. Understand this, and this is something that I firmly believe in. We as people, we as human beings are so powerful that we have the capacity to block our blessings, and currently you are doing exactly that. But this can all change like that. Like if you make this if you really promise me right now that this is something you'll do, you can change it. And then start visualizing, start that process, is what I'm going to tell you. Because your planets are definitely going to move much more quickly in the future, and for you it is just a matter of time to sort of get yourself in alignment with what your future holds in store. And it's important for you to allow yourself to shine, and it is important for you to realize you are brilliant. You can handle anything that comes your way, because you are that kind of a person. You shine out even when 10 people are in the room. Your knowledge base is strong, your personality is strong, your ability to influence things is very strong. So it is time for you to tap into that energy of yours. It's a beautiful peacock. You can shine, but for some reason you feel like you don't really have to be that shining object, and you need to really be in the corners, and that's not you, that's never you. So shine brightly, stand out, make bold decisions for yourself, and for definitely let go of the past energies. Okay, and so look at this, because as you start visualizing, whatever you want for yourself will almost show up beautifully. This is the card of the wishes fulfilled. Just look at this. You have this house with a beautiful view, you have a beautiful scenario here, again you have bounty here, you have abundance here, and this looks like a beautiful place to be, isn't it? So this is where you're meant to be, and this is what you're meant to be. How does this look together? For me it looks brilliant, and this is what your future is. So allow yourself to live in that future, is what I'm going to tell you. So surrender what is and imagine what it's like to live in the future. Artist. Okay, now for a couple of you, what I'm going to tell you is I'm actually going to give you an exercise. If you can, even if you're good at painting, you're not good at painting, I want you to paint what you want in your future. So if you want a new job, I want you to paint something, maybe paint a desk. A desk is very easy to draw, isn't it? So draw that. If you want a new house, draw a picture of your future house. If you want money, draw money there. So I really want you to become the artist of your life and draw out everything that you want in your life. I want you to be that creative, person who brings energy into your life. And after you're finished drawing this masterpiece, which can act like a vision board for you, I want you to wake up every day and look at it. The first thing that I want you to do is look at it and actually say, I thank myself for actually inviting this in my life. I want to thank myself for allowing myself to live a life like that. I really want you to say those thank yous and look at that repeatedly, because as you look at it, as you surrender what is and start living in the future, that future will actually happen for you in the present. So your job right now is to merge those two energies together. For you, you are the artist and you have a blank canvas lying in front of you. So paint the most beautiful pictures is what is coming through. And what I'm going to tell you is just enjoy the process. Give yourself right now what you really enjoy. Even if this is a beautiful cup of tea, sit with that cup of tea and think about nothing but happiness. Think about happiness that you have in the current moment. Be grateful for whatever you have, because, and one more thing, and the most important thing here is to be grateful for all the lessons that you've learned in the past. Be grateful for everything that you've received from the past, even if this is things that you've struggled with, and release it for once. Okay, so for you, what's important for you right now is to do things that bring you joy, do things that brings you happiness, so that as you feel happiness, as you feel really, really good, as you feel really light, those things that you want in your life will show up much more better. The only problem with you is everything looks good, but the fact that you're holding on to things is the thing that is like pushing this in the future, is what I'm getting here. But I believe as humans we are infinitely powerful, and at any given time we can change things like that. So change things for you is what I'm going to tell you here. I believe in your capacity. Brilliant things for you. Take one step at a time. If you feel like you don't want to hurry yourself, trust your intuition. But honestly, pile one, it's time, is what I'm going to tell you. You cannot remain where you are right now, because the future is brilliant. I can see it, and I'm sure even somewhere in your hearts that the future is so much more brilliant. So walk there, live there in the now. is what I'm going to leave you with. So that's it from me, pile 1. I'm so happy and relieved that finally at the nth attempt I could get out your free reading. So you really need to do that release ritual. So burn things away, do a fire ritual, write down everything you want to release and just do it. Do it today whenever you watch this video. I give you my best wishes and I pray that you find that brilliant future of yours. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've picked pile 2, then these are the messages that you're meant to receive from your spirit guides. So basically, pile 2, the message for you is it is time for you to start dreaming some new dreams, okay? What has happened is because of a lot of expectations that you have from yourself, a lot of expectations of excellence that you have from yourself, you are sort of, keeping yourself in a cage. Like you really need to free yourself from the excessive burden of expectations that you place on yourself, okay? Just free yourself, allow yourself to live a life freely, allow yourself to dream new dreams. Just see where life is trying to take you. Don't cage yourself with your own burden of expectations is what is really coming through for you. Now after that, what is coming forth for you is, along with your own expectations, there are a lot of expectations on the world for you and from you, okay? Please ensure that in this lifetime, you are meant to live a life that is just right for you, okay? Of course, you can be a brother, you can be a sister, you can be a mom, but you can be a friend. But you have to place certain limitations on, how much people ask of you. So please be sure of your own boundaries and please ensure if you're carrying the burden of the world, if you're carrying the expectations of the world on your shoulder, that you let it go for now, because you are sort of drowning, and drowning doesn't always require water is something that I believe in. So please right now just release yourself from everything. And if you did not have to meet any expectations, your own or that of the world, what kind of a life would you live? And go and live that kind of life, okay? Especially expectations around money, if that is something you have for yourself, if you feel like you have to maintain a certain kind of a lifestyle for yourself, let go of that expectations, live freely and fully, and you will realize all of the dreams that you have for yourself will actually get fulfilled in a much more easier and a much more rapid fashion. That is what I'm really getting here from your spirit guides. And understand something, in this journey of life you are not alone. Even if you feel like you don't really have a lot of help from people around you, your spirit guides are really trying to helping you out here. Especially at this point of time, there are a lot of people around you who want to help you. In fact, I see a lot of new friendships for you guys developing in the future, okay? So please understand, if you are people who are people who don't really invite a lot of new people in your life, maybe it is time for that to change. Maybe it is time for you to get much more social than you are currently, okay? Because you need help at this point. You cannot do whatever it is that you're doing alone. You need people, you need society, you need help is what is really trying to come through for you. Along with that, it is really important for you to really have a meditation routine. It is important for you to connect with higher energies at this point of time, especially because what is happening here, I see a lot of disturbance around your aura. Especially what is happening here is your upper chakras, okay? Your throat chakra, your third eye chakra and your top chakra is really getting affected. So please ensure at this point of time, firstly you're grounding your energies, because that grounding is essentially needed. See, what happens is sometimes people start working too much on the top chakras, especially the top 3 chakras. As a result, what happens is when you don't ground your energies, the top chakras then sort of get out of balance. So remember something, anytime you're trying to work with chakras, anytime when you're trying to get better, especially in a spiritual process, your root chakra, your bottom 2 chakras need to be aligned first in order for your rest chakras to function properly. So please ensure to really ground yourself first. Work on your root chakra, work on your solar plexus, work on your other chakras before you head on to the other chakras as well. Because what happens is, if those are not in line, then the entire thing gets disturbed, and that is something that is really happening for you, because of which you are finding that you're not able to cope with your own energies in an effective manner. So please ensure that you're doing that. Also at this point of time, it will really help you to be slightly open, slightly open to changes, be slightly open to the suggestion of other people is also what is coming forth. Because what is happening right now, if people are trying to help you, if people are trying to suggest something for you, it is for your highest good. And in your own stubbornness, sort of don't be so blind that you be slightly, you'll be on the receiving end of a lot of negative things here is what I'm getting here. Okay, so please be more open to the energies of others, be more open to help is again what is coming through very strongly for you. But again, it is very important for you to be more loving at this point of time. Again, I'm getting a very strong Saturn energies. So having sort of conflicts with people, again with the stubborn energy, that is again really Saturn in the retrograde speaking here. So please firstly take care of yourself. Self-care is going to be very important for you. Again, at this point of time, please ensure that you're speaking in a loving manner. Okay, firstly you're speaking to yourself in a very loving manner, but along with that, speaking to others in a loving manner is especially very important. Because what I sense is, even the people around you are sort of distressed at this point of time, or maybe they are not being able to give you what you currently need. Okay, that is again a possibility, because of which you probably need to open yourself up to newer people. Because as you invite the energies of new people in, you will realize that you feel so much better about yourself. But in your immediate circle right now, there can be a sort of chaos, there can be slightly a conflict, and it is only because of the disturbed energy of Saturn here. One more thing for you that is very important is to become a creature of habit. You wake up at a specific point of time, get your breakfast at a specific point of time, be sure that you're making your work a priority. Okay, because discipline, boundaries is something Saturn really enjoys. Okay, so in your life, wherever you are right now, that specific routine may actually help you a lot to cope with your energies and also to cope with other people. Also try and work yourself with the pattern of others is also what I'm trying to get here. Because there is a possibility, you may feel like you work well at a particular time and the other person sort of works well at that point of time as well. So please ensure you're sort of rescheduling your own things. So what will happen is, the other person can just be themselves and you can be yourself in your own area and time is what I'm getting here. Right now, please avoid clashes, because people are just going crazy, especially because of the Saturn energy and because of everything that is happening in the society. Okay, please pay really close attention to this. Okay, but again, for you, it is time for you to experiment slightly. In fact, if you can learn something new at this point, it will really help you. Like, I really see an entirely new area of knowledge opening itself to you, a knowledge that you've previously not had. Like something like as crazy as maybe you are really used to, literature. Maybe you open yourself up to trading, or maybe you are somebody who's normally involved in trading, or you're somebody who's involved in something else, but you open yourself to something that is completely different. Something that may actually sound crazy is also something that is coming up for you. Because what I really sense is, the knowledge that you gain right now, even if it is from a field that is completely new to you, will actually help you in the future. For a couple of people, what I see here is, the knowledge that you gain right now will actually become a full-time job for you in the future. That is what is coming up for you. So whatever you can learn at this point, be open to that learning, because that learning will change a lot for you in the future is also what is coming here. Again, you have the Akashic library. So a whole area of knowledge is opening up towards you. And again, let me tell you this, okay, with the Saturn energy coming forward and with the learning energy coming forward as well, whatever you learn right now, whatever that you consistently give your attention to right now, will have a huge amount of effect on the future. And understand, Saturn comes with a lot of blessings, and if you can consistently learn something, that area will prove to be a lot of benefit to you, not only in terms of your knowledge but also in terms of money. Okay, so especially the knowledge that you take right now will open up new doors of abundance towards you. Okay, so again, don't be afraid if this area of knowledge is completely unfamiliar to you. Just go with the flow. Sometimes the dots just connect in the backwards. When we look at our past, everything connects, and that is exactly what going to happen for you. So especially you feel like you want to isolate yourself and you just want to learn, you just want to open up books, you want to buy books, you may actually go on a spree of buying books. If that is something that is happening to you, just go for it, because a huge area of knowledge is opening up towards you. You may actually become an expert in that subject area, is also something that I'm really getting here. Of course, for you, a new area of spiritual knowledge is also opening up for you, and like I was telling you, may become like a teacher, or you may become an expert in that subject area, is also possible. So in a certain cases, what I'm getting here, if a specific spiritual dimension is trying to open up itself towards you, you may then get so involved into it that you will then become like a spiritual teacher. Again, I'm getting a lot of vibes about new yoga classes, I'm getting a lot of vibes about Reiki, about pranic healing, about actually taking up a course. For example, I know with Indian counterparts, you have Isha, you have Art of Living, and so many beautiful institutes, especially really dedicating yourself to an area of learning, to an area of spiritual practice, and then teaching it is something that is very much a part of your future. Again, this doesn't always have to be strictly about a spiritual practice. Like I said, if you go into trading, you may realize that you enjoy trading so much, you may get so much information about it, then you become a teacher to others. Or maybe you get into tarot card reading and you really enjoy it so much, you learn so much about it, that you become a teacher towards that. Okay, so that is really what is there for you, because of which the very first card that showed up for you was freedom. To open up yourself to possibilities, to not chain yourself too much to the current circumstances, that all the newness that wants to enter your life will then chain itself to. And remember, at this point of time, it is not the time to cater to others' needs, it is time to cater to yourself. It is time to really ask yourself, what is it that I want, what is it that I want to learn, or what is it that I want to do now that may be helpful for me in the future. Please take care of yourself, and maybe you may actually meet new people as a result of this subject area of knowledge. So maybe for a couple of people, this can actually involve going to university, taking a course online, or taking classes online, because that learning aspect is very, very strongly out here. Remember, Saturn energy is very strong, so whatever you do it consistently, because anything that you put your attention to, at least for the next 40 days without fail, will really, really make massive difference to you in the future. So right now, your angels and your spirit guides are telling you to pay attention to learning. Ask yourself, what do I want to learn, and what do I want to learn? Okay, just forget about what it can get you in the future, because that is sort of a short to you. Just focus on right now and focus on learning with a specific pattern is what I'm getting for you. So that's it from me for pile 2. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pile 3s. Let us look into your messages from your spirit guides. Okay. Now, firstly, this comes as a warning for you, pile 3. Okay, so you may have a lot of plans for yourself, you may have a lot of dreams, there is a lot you want to do, but you're being asked to not reveal your plans and dreams to just about everybody, because sometimes what happens is, some people really want what's best for you, but for others, there tends to be a little bit of a jealousy, like, why can't I do that? Okay, so for you, it is important to keep certain things under wraps and only reveal things to people that you really, really trust. Okay, that's what's important for you right now. Along with that, what's coming for you is, as you move forward into this new life, you may realize that you meet a couple of people, new people in certain cases, and also certain relationships that you have in your life currently. And because of Saturn going into retrograde, those relationships may get a slightly challenging, or you may realize that you are being asked to learn something out of these relationships. Maybe you will realize your own patterns, and you will realize that you need to find newer ways to connecting with people. You may realize you need to find newer ways to react react to people, okay? And this is only because you're being taught something. And what are you taught right now? You are being taught to release certain patterns from your life, patterns that you may have been building up with yourself for lifetimes. Again, like I said, pile 3s, you guys always have had, relationship related karma, and especially if you have that karma right now, you are getting away from that karma is what I'm getting here, okay? You are finally learning what it's like to be a freer person. So I believe in the next 1 year, I feel a lot of people may move out of your life, and the karma, the relationship karma, you are freeing yourself of it, okay? So you're really releasing a lot of things is what is coming forth. And understand, so this really makes sense, okay? Because whenever you're releasing people, you don't want them to go away with your secrets. So people can be telltales, so some people will move out and you don't want to reveal a lot to them, but I do believe you're solving a lot of your relationship karma, and your soul is growing, and your soul is growing at a much more rapid manner than it ever was, okay? And what is going to happen as a result of this is harmony is going to be restored in your life, balance is going to be restored in your life, and as a result of letting go of couple of people, new people who will come into your life with just happiness, peace and fulfillment will find their place, okay? So no more dramas for you in the future. You are going to be done with whatever karma it is. And understand, Saturn will bring challenges, but after the resolvement of issues, Saturn leaves you with blessings. And what blessing Saturn is leaving you is with harmony. Saturn is leaving you with peace, and Saturn is leaving you with a new dawn is what is coming forth for you. So especially what I sense is, the next 3 to 4 months, be careful when it comes to your interactions with people, because after those 3 to 4 months mark, you will realize your life is like it wasn't before any time, okay? That's really coming forth for you. And again, you may feel like right now, wherever in your life you're carrying a lot of burdens, probably people have a lot of expectations on you. You yourself have a lot of expectations on you, but that is only because pile 3, you are capable of carrying mountains and not really feeling the burden of it. That is the beauty of your soul. That is the kind of brilliance of that soul, okay? Because of which a lot of burdens that you have are much more advanced than the others. And one thing I'll tell you, this lifetime that you've been given is almost given to you at this particular point, so that you release everything that you can release, especially in the next 6 to 8 months, so that the rest of your life will be much more peaceful, okay? This is almost a completion. See, the number that you have is number 21. So after number 21 comes 22, okay? And 22 is a very, very powerful number. So at this point, you're really nearing the end of a lot of karma that you've accumulated for ages at a time, okay? And understand, as you hit this mark, the 21 coming to an end, and you starting number 22, all of this will be over, and the burdens will be gone, and you will realize that you'll be able to live a life that is much more freer. You'll be able to make choices that are just right for you, and honestly, the rest of your life will almost feel like a piece of cake for you now when you've lived through this, okay? That is what is really coming forth for you. And honestly, pile 3, getting that for you is almost a relief for me, because I have been reading your cards for quite some time, and I guess you deserve that, And what is going to happen as a result of this is, you've learned so much, you've become so much more wiser, and you will live a life that is so drastically different from what you're living currently. Let me tell you, for a lot of people, I see a massive change of place. So you may be actually moving to a new place, like entirely different area from where you're living right now. For a couple of people, a new city entirely, and for a couple of people, a new country entirely. Like, you'll move away and you'll really look back at your life as a dream, okay? That's what's coming forth for you. Again, you'll probably live a life that is so much different than what your peers are used to living, or maybe the way your family lives, okay? Because you will just be the first person in your family to have lived a life like that. And more power to you, pile 3, more power to you. I think if there's anybody who can live a life that is drastically different, it is you. And don't be afraid of making bold choices, okay? Because it is the bold choices which will make you different from the rest of your lot. But before that happens, you may feel like, I don't belong. I don't belong in my right now. I don't belong. Like, why is this happening to me? You may question that a lot of yourself. It is only because the life that is meant to be is like opening itself up to you. See, when can we actually say out loud that I don't belong? It is only when we know that a life so much different is what we are capable of living. Okay, so right now you're just in the middle. It's like, you are living a little bit here, you're living a little bit there, but understand, you will hit that side, and then there'll be no looking back to you again. A part of why this is happening to you is because you've lived on previous dimensions. Again, with the energy of Sirius coming here very strongly, you may actually be a star seed in a previous lifetime, and the freedom that you seek, the freedom from limitations that you seek, is because of a previous lifetime here. Okay, but understand, this is just going to be a temporary phase for you. Once you move out from this, it's like you'll never even remember this is all just be a dream for you. Yeah, but as you move forward from this lifetime, you will actually meet a lot of friends. In fact, you will actually meet a lot of fellow starseeds who live differently, who believe in a different life, and who just think very much like you. Like, when you meet them, you'll probably be like, oh my god, where have you been all my life? I've been waiting for you. That kind of a friend circle I see you guys meeting now in the future. So please, whatever phase you're in, understand that it is going to be done. And in a way, let me tell you, pile 3, this is almost something that you're manifesting. Okay, because you guys, I know you guys are those sneaky manifestors who just are capable of living a very, very different life. Okay, so you'll be meeting a lot of new people. One thing I have to tell you is, please keep yourself open to meeting new people, because there might be a possibility, because of certain negative experiences in your life, you may be like, oh my god, what if these experiences repeat itself? But that's not going to happen. So be assured that these new people are like your own tribe, your own cool tribe, and you guys will just be like happy. But one thing I really want to tell you is, because like I said, we always talk about manifestation when it comes to your piles, learn to work with the energies of the moon. Some moon cycles are tough for you, I understand that, and some moon cycles are easy for you. Okay, so learn to tap into the energies of the moon cycle. Like I've suggested before, a lot of times I've done that. I will suggest a book, I will mention that in the description box, which will sort of enable you to work with the energies of the moon. See, once you understand what a particular moon cycle is going to bring to you, you sort of learn to adjust your energies. Sometimes you're being asked to sort of lay low and not do anything. Some moon cycles are such that you're being asked to go take action. Now is the time to do things. So understanding those phases are going to be really important for you, not only now but for your future manifestations especially. That is what is coming forth for you. So please enjoy. One more thing, please read your charts, read your horoscopes, understand where each planet is for you, because once you gain understanding of each planet, once you understand why you react a certain way, your life becomes very easy, especially your north node, your south node. That is information you really, really need to have. Okay, now, the only thing that you need to surrender as you move forward is your fear of change. Okay, because the next phase of your life is going to be such that will bring massive transformation. Like, possibly, like I said, your place could change, the people around you can change, and especially when new things are entering, of course that little bit of a fear is natural. But for you, if you can put that behind, that will be brilliant. Because I know one thing about you guys, pile 3, is you're capable of living very boldly, you're capable of living differently, and you're going to be making a lot of bold choices. But if you're going to be clinging on to that fear, the element of fear, then those bold choices can be slightly, difficult for you, and we don't want that pile 3. So please surrender your fear, because once that fear element is not really an issue for you, you'll be making those bold choices and you'll be living differently. But again, let me remind you, the very first message, don't reveal your plans to the world, because not everybody is your friend, and especially because a lot of people are going to be moving out of your life, you need to be slightly careful of who you reveal your innermost self to. Yeah, lot of changes. Be open to changes because the changes are brilliant. So right now the discomfort is something you'll have to learn to deal with, but once that phase is over, you'll just realize that you're walking into beauty. For a couple of you, that element of beauty is showing signs of life. So if that is you, let me know in the comment section because I love hearing your stories. Okay, so that's it from me, pile 3. I wish you the best for your brilliant future. Be the pioneers that you know you guys are capable of being, and I believe in you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 4s. I am always very intrigued by your readings because your readings are usually very different. Alright. So basically, pile 4, you're being asked to try to do new things, okay? Be open to experimentation at this point of time. Don't be so afraid of failure, okay? Because failure is always a stepping stone to learning something, and it is always the stepping stone to success, okay? So please try new things, try new ways of doing things that you're currently doing, and just be open to the energies that want to come into your life, because what I sense is a lot of newness, a lot of beauty wants to really find yourself, okay? But don't cling to your own patterns, don't cling to comfort zones. That is something at this point you should completely avoid, okay? That's what's coming through for you from your guides. And along with that, you're being asked to be slightly more courageous, to dream a little bit, to slightly think outside the box is what I'm getting here. Also, what is important for you is to be allowed to be seen. So whatever your journey is right now, I urge you to do it very much on a public platform. Like for a couple of you, I would like to suggest if you can maintain like a video diary, and in certain cases even posting it to YouTube. I really encourage you to do that, because what I sense is you have a lot of talents, especially talents that people need to see. So especially for people who have been working into careers that are not so much in the public, in the future I see you living a very, very public life, okay? That's what's coming forth for you. And also what I see here is there are certain hidden talents within you that even you don't know of. And in the future, those talents are also going to be taking shape, okay? Like one fine day you're reading a book and you realize like, oh my God, I'm actually interested in this. And as you start doing this, you realize that I am actually good at it, and you'll do more of it, so that is the energy that is coming forth for you. Lot of newness is coming forth for you. Lot of hidden talents are actually going to be showing up for you. So if you are at home currently and if you're in lockdown, I encourage you to experiment. Take online classes, learn from people that you have no knowledge of in that area of, because that learning, that newness will really help you become a different individual. Like what is happening is your spirit guides are trying to shape you into an entirely different person that they know you're capable of being, okay? So just go with the flow here. See where life is taking you, because what I sense is your life is meant to be very different than what you've expected of it, and in fact what your parents and the people around you have expected you of it. Yeah, again, see what I really want you to believe in. See what happens is a lot of time when we live our lives, we live it in a very serious way. We're like, okay, this may happen to me. If I do this, this will be the repercussion of it. If I take this step, this will be the reaction. But understand this, when you are incarnated on this planet Earth, you come here as a soul in a body meant to learn certain things, meant to learn lessons, meant to really experience a lot of things. So just think yourself as that. So don't take life so seriously that you then chain yourself to certain things, or you may become caged like a bird. That is what I'm getting here. When you are making choices, go with it with an open heart, and every time remind yourself, I am a soul, I'm here to learn. I am a soul, I'm here to learn, okay? So basically for you, it is like, to be of the world, but to remember that you are a soul, that you've lived on previous dimensions. You probably have a lot of talents from the other dimensions that now want to show itself on, the planet Earth. Again, starseed energy is something that I'm really getting here. Multi-talented beings you guys are already. So showcase those talents is what I'm seeing here. A lot of future YouTubers, a lot of people who are going to be so in social media is something that I'm really seeing here. Because what I really see here, there is an inherent wisdom in you. There is a lot of knowledge that is dormant in you that really wants to come out and sing, and wants to come out and let itself know to the world. In a way, you also have the aspect of a hidden teacher with you, you know. So what is happening here, a lot of talents that you will develop now, you will actually teach it to the people in the future. Again, especially if you're slightly older in the age group, everything that you've learned so far, maybe it is time you teach it. Okay, see, you have the number 22, which is like a master number in itself, and number 22 is again a very spiritual number, and it is usually associated with people who have a lot of learning from previous lifetimes. Okay, so a lot of knowledge is lying dormant within you. Learn to bring it to the surface by learning things again. Learning to do things again is what I'm really getting here. So maybe especially if you're already a subject expert about something, it's time to go back to the basics, to read things again, and to learn newer dimensions of it. That is also what is coming forth for you. Because as you walk this path, it is like I said already, you know, I love when this happens. This is your spirit guides trying to take you on a path that they know is right for you. Whatever is going to happen next for you in your life is actually your plan that your soul has made, your higher self has made before you came into existence. Okay, so what your job is right now is to just surrender to the journey of life, surrender to the aspect of growth, because I see in the next couple of years you're going to grow tremendously. Okay, and understand, even if you fail at a couple of things, especially new things that you're going to be trying, it's okay to fail. You'll still be contributing immensely to the wisdom of who you are. Okay, see, understand, one of the areas that I really enjoy learning about is cooking, because I really love cooking. It's not because I want to be a chef in this lifetime, it's only because that just brings me a lot of joy, and every time I fail at a recipe, I just learn something from it, you know. So that's exactly what it is like for you. A knowledge, if you gain it, it's just your knowledge to have forever. If you walk the journey forward with that kind of an expectation, then you'll just do so much better. But again, you know, what is important for you is, because you are also a being of a different dimension, you may have to learn how to incorporate these gifts into a way that is very good for the spiritual earth to know. Again, you have the makings of a teacher is something that I'm really going to tell you. So right now for you, your journey is to birth the gifts of a different dimension into planet Earth. Some things, especially like, you know, channeling is something that, you know, maybe something you want to do, and that is something that comes from a different dimensions entirely, and you have to birth it to Earth. So similarly, you have a lot of things, but again, you need to learn how to ground your energies, because a lot of times you live a lot in your head. Like your higher chakras are actually much more developed than your basic chakras. So please ensure, in order for you to live effectively on planet Earth, to contribute significantly much more to planet Earth, to ground yourself, to ground your energies, and birth all of the beauty and wisdom that you already have for planet Earth. Also, what's important for you is to ensure that your intentions are very clear. For example, whatever it is you want to learn, make sure you write it down. For example, in the next 6 months, if I decide I want to learn how to sew, I want to learn how to crochet, or I want to learn something as gardening, okay, so I'll just write it down, and then I just focus on this for the next 6 months, and I work towards it 100%. Because you are multi-dimensional beings, on your beings with a lot of talent, you may possibly have this energy, like you start this and you move away from this, like you start this, you move away from this. So in order for you to really get good at one specific thing, you have to be clear on your intentions, because that clarity, that goal setting, that focus will enable you to channel your energies in a much more effective manner. Again, you also have the power of healing with you. Okay, so maybe in a couple of days from now, you may actually take up careers relating to healing, or maybe you already are into the profession of healing. Okay, so again, lot of Reiki healing is coming towards you, lot of pranic healing is coming towards you, and in a way, you almost instinctively know how to heal people. In certain cases with your words, in certain cases with your presence, or in specific times, you know, you just know what the right thing to do is for the other person to feel better or for yourself to feel better, because you also have, Archangel Raphael showing for you in your reading. So definitely you have that energies with you, and you'll be healing a lot of people because of your otherworldly gifts is what I'm seeing here. Again, interesting, this is like, you have to free yourself from your limitations. That is what is coming here. And like I said, healing. So there is a possibility for a couple of you may actually professionally take up Reiki, you may professionally take up pranic healing, or you may professionally take up a field which allows you to heal people, like being in contact with them. You can actually be a banker, and people may come to you, and with your words, just by being with people, you heal people, because that is what you have. You make the demons of people go away and you make them feel better, and that is also one of the gifts that you have from different dimensions. So your job right now is just to surrender to these gifts. See, again, your gift of healing is just one of the gifts that you have. There are multifolds of others, so you need to ensure to bring these gifts out. Okay, so you need to understand that firstly, set intentions, be focused on what you want to develop, and develop one thing at a time. Okay, you may have 10 things and you may actually get good at 10 things in this lifetime, but one at a time, two at a time. That is what you guys need to do. But you guys are very wise. You guys are number 22. That's a massively important number. Okay, but most importantly, ground yourself, because you belong to planet Earth now, and just grounding yourself will help you become better physically, and actually, your energy will improve, and as a result, you'll be able to focus on a lot of things that you have to do in a much more effective manner. So for now, those are your messages from your guides. Your guides are very much with you on every part of your journey, and in fact, they're helping you to walk a path that is just right for you. Those are your messages, pile 4. You guys never disappoint me, let me tell you. My best wishes to you as always. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.